Hello there, today on Marvel Snap we are going to do some basic deck building, and today's deck that we're going to focus on is going to be a Spectrum ongoing deck. So we're going to go with ongoing, and we're going to use this Spectrum build right here. And of course with my decks I don't like to put a lot of level 6 energy guys and 5 energy guys in there because you get stuck on the draw and you draw them all and you really can't do anything. You got to focus on getting the cards every turn. So I like to minimize that risk and focus on having multiple cards I can play for the other turns in case I don't get these guys and the combinations involved in them. So let's go over the choices for our our ongoing deck. We have 3 cards that are not ongoing, which is Spectrum herself is not ongoing. She gives whole or cards +2 power, and of course the Hulkbuster is on reveal too, but he is such a nice 3 cost card for 5 power that you can power up other cards with. And there's also all those zones that give you on reveal bonuses and double your card's power and stuff like that. You stick this guy and you double the card's power. So you stick this guy on the Lizard Man, for example, you double up his power to he'd go on there, he'd be 10 power. You double him up, add him to 15, double that up to be 30 power for that type of zone, or other things like that, which he can be handy for. He's just a handy guy in there. We don't need him. He's just fun to have. Same way, Cosmo's, he's part of the deck. He gets +2 power, and he is also there to screw over people that have on reveal abilities. Of course, it screws you over too because you can't play Spectrum on that field, and that's going to limit your play file. You just got to worry about that. But he's a nice card to have to screw over a lot of decks, and that's the whole thing to make this deck survive, is to block the other zones from the other guy playing them, and that's why we have stuff like Goose. We have the Lizard Man in here because he gets +5 power for 2, and he's ongoing, so he go up to +7. And even if you get the -4 to his power on there, we don't get punished with it. We get an extra 2 on it anyway. So at worst he's going to be 2 mana cost for a 2/3 guy basically, right? Which is an okay effect. It's not too bad, but he's there for the extra power boost to take an extra zone with. But they've got Captain America here for extra power in that zone, with the Iron Man to power him up and Ant-Man to power that guy up, and we have Colossus to block his zone. He's ongoing, so he get a +2. You can't get negative power on him, so he is good to block some of the other decks that give you negative power, since he can't go down. So yeah, you can stick a Hulkbuster on him, put a Captain America in there. He's whatever you're going to do. He's not going to lose his power on those zones and stuff like that. So that's why he's good. And to screw over other decks, we have Armor, of course. He's ongoing, and that will block the kill decks and block you people from killing Ant-Man and your little Ebony guy right there. You get him later on, but he is nice because he's +7 power for one cost. But he is tricky to use, and we have no special abilities to get around that in this deck. The only guy getting around it is Iron Fist, and that's why he is there. And of course we took Goose because Goose is kind of funny to have because you can't play level 4, 5, and 6 guys at that location, which kind of really blocks the big guys from jumping in and killing your weaker zones. So you can take them. So that really screws them over. You can't play your big guy here. You can't kill your guys over here, and you can't have your on reveal guys in this location. It screws them up a lot. It really, and that's the key factor in most of these decks. So the optimal build on this deck and deal would be getting Ant-Man on your first turn, putting him on the far left location, playing him, and then on the second turn you want to protect him, and so you want to stick an Armor on there on your second turn so we can protect that Ant-Man from getting peed off and killed because we want power. And then on the third turn we're going to play this guy here, and then optimally a Goose too. So you want these 2 guys, or you want to play like a Lizard Man or something. Lizard Man is kind of tricky to use, but you still want anything. You basically want to get this guy out on that zone, and so he's protected by Armor, and get anything else on that zone except for this guy, of course. You don't want to stick him there. You can if you want, but for your next turn, but I wouldn't. But you stick him on there and try and fill that zone. If you can't fill that zone, that's why he is in here. Iron Fist can move a guy over into that zone, so on the next turn, say you actually do want to you actually do draw like the Lizard Man or something, and he hasn't put cards in that zone because you got a Goose in there or something like that, right? You manage to get a Goose in there instead of this guy or whatever you're doing. But anyways, what you can do for the thing you can do at the end of the game is on turn 4 you play this guy as your last card, and then on turn 5 you play an Iron Man and bump him over into that zone, which you can't play anymore, but now that zone is filled, and you stuck an Iron Man in there with that +7 power he gets, and then Spectrum's going to give all those guys +2 power. So that zone is going to be super overpowered, and you're going to take it. So that's one way you can take that zone and take it easily. easily. And the other things you can do is just basic standard stuff. You just plop down these cards, plop down your Cosmos so you can't play his on reveal abilities, and stack up your other weaker cards on there, and just get the power in there, and then stick a Spectrum at the end of the day, and there you go. You get all your cards, most of your cards there get a +2 and power boost. That's really effective on there. So it's not the, it's still not going to be the best deck. Pay to win cards and other decks can probably kill it pretty easily, but it's still interesting to play. And let's give it an example and see what we can do. So this is just going to be an example game. Win or lose, we'll see what we get, and then we'll just play that out and see how this deck works on the random deals and random zones we are going to get. Just to see the deck in action. That's what we're going to do. Just to see the deck in action. We explain the deck to you effectively. You can just change out whatever you want, but you get the, hopefully you get the general idea of how the deck is supposed to work as a Spectrum build. So here we go, +1 energy. I got nothing to use to take advantage of that, unfortunately. Yeah, I do have something, armor. So we'll stick an armor there. That's a good thing to do, since we kind of want him there. Scorpion, I hate that. I use him a lot. -1 power to, like, Iron Man, really hurts. Really hurts. Ruin a location, we don't care. What do we got here? What are we gonna do? We have this guy. We might as well play him. He might not play cards here. Of course he plays cards there. Wizard Man. And a Star-Lord. Oh, that's great.
Got him.
Why? Why do people know exactly where I'm going to play my cards? On reveal effects happen twice at this location, so yeah. Hi. No on reveal for you. Sorry. It's going to ruin the location, probably. Right? Hi, I put a Cosmo here. Oh, no on reveal. Sorry. And the location's ruined anyway, so that doesn't matter. So that's kind of a thing. So no on reveal for you there. Yeah, and no big guys for you here. So I'm going to stick this guy in Ant-Man there. And yeah, well, we'll stick an Iron Fist here because we can, right? We got to stick him somewhere. We don't have to stick him somewhere, but we're going to stick him. Actually, we might want to save him. We want to put Iron Man here to build up this power on this zone because we have nowhere else to put him, and we can't play both. He might not play guys there, right? So Goose blocks him off there. Ant-Man's going to get powered. This guy's going to screw up my deck.
I am Iron Man.
He got an Iron Man too. He copied my card. How did he copy my card? Huh? How did he copy my card? I missed something. Anyways, Iron Man over here. How did he copy my card?
Iron Man.
Oh, here we go. That would have been good to block, right? +8 power over there. Now he's winning. Great. So we got a Spectrum to try and scream over. He's going to put an Odin over there and friggin' kill me. But yeah. This is how it's supposed to work, right? Stick a Spectrum here. All of these guys are going to get +2 power. It's going to give him +8 power, which is going to tie this zone if he plays an Odin here. I'm not going to win this zone. And if he plays over here, gets +8 power. I'm going to get +4 power here, which is +8, so I might win it. So I should snap. Either way, he plays an absorbing guy. So either way, he copies the ability. It's not quite an Odin, but Spectrum is going to win the day with this power up. Boom. There we go. Powered him up. Makes this zone respectable, and we win the game. Should have snapped. My mistake. Because, with his options, he didn't really have much to win on there. But that's what the Spectrum does. She get her abilities out there and kill it at the end of the day. So this is a decent deck to use and build this way. I didn't get the optimal deal, of course, and, with the other cards and stuff like that, but this worked, right? It works, and you won. And you won against a deck that has, like, Absorbing Man in it and, like, Odin and stuff like that. But, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.